I'm just going to jump straight into it. So, I've always been a bigger child. I mean, I developed extremely quickly. Context, I am 28, I'm 5'10" and a half, and I'm 98 kg, so my weight spreads quite evenly because I'm so tall for a girl. But yeah, I grew up bigger. I developed really quickly, but I was quite active. I went to military school. I did so many like drills and activities and stuff like that, and so I was really happy when I was younger because I was just like free to like roam around and live life. But everything kind of like changed when I got to university. I got really sick, and I went from being a healthy weight to being 125 kg, which was, I think it's just like under 300 pounds, just for context. And it was partly being sick. It was through being sick, which meant that I overate, I didn't exercise, I didn't do anything, and I piled on weight. That's what it was. And I piled on a lot of water weight as well, but a lot of it was like fat. Honesty all the time, no shade at all, because we all have crosses to bear, we all have things that we need to change about ourselves, so this channel will always be about honesty. So yeah, I got to uni, I got sick, I ended up in hospital, got out of hospital, and by then I was 125 kg, and I was just really like tired all the time, and I decided I wanted to do something about it, like I wanted to change. So I went to my university gym. I absolutely hated it. I walked straight out, was like, no. I then went to my local kind of like town area, and there is a really fancy gym there called David Lloyd's. It's one of like our top brand gyms in the UK. It's really fancy, really luxurious. I went there, I signed up for a membership, and I did not go back for a whole year. I was like embarrassed, I'm not gonna lie. I was embarrassed, I was overwhelmed. It was essentially sensory overload. It was just so much. I looked at it and I was like, wow, I have put myself in this position, and what I see in the gym is so far away from what I ever think I could achieve. Like, I don't know if I can do it. So I didn't go back for a year. And then I got an email notification one day being like, here's kind of like your personal trainer, 3 sessions for free, and then if you like them you can sign up for like certain deals. So I signed up to this personal trainer, chatted to him over the phone, was ready to go, and I bailed on our first meeting. Yeah, I was so, again, nervous, and then I thought that was it. I thought he wouldn't call me back. I thought he would just be like, oh, she's a time waster. So I just didn't do anything, and then I randomly saw him on the street, and he was like, I understand how you feel, and then he told me about his story. And his name was David. And David was this kind of like 30-year-old Polish guy that was shredded to the gods, like amazing. But he told me about 3 years ago, prior to where he was, he also got really sick. He went on a form of steroids, and then the steroids meant that his appetite changed, and he went from being, I think it was something like, I think it was 92 kg all the way up to like I think it was like 140 kg. He ended up in hospital with the amount of weight that he put on, and then he went on a liquid diet for a while in hospital, and then on a diet plan. And he spoke about the struggle of going to the gym for the first time and feeling judged and feeling overwhelmed, and that's why he became a personal trainer, because he wanted to let people know, he wanted to remind people that if you have the courage at your worst to step into that environment where a lot of people are at their best, you are an amazing person and you should not give up, because that is probably one of the hardest things to do, to step into an environment where you like it can feel like you're being judged, and sometimes you are, but to actually ignore those hates, ignore those like negative people, and just continue to strive for greatness. And he told me that on the street, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So a couple of weeks later, I went for my first session in the gym. Almost died, just because everything was so hard and crazy, but I made it through. And he, David was so amazing and so supportive in everything, and he was very encouraging. I'm not someone that needs a lot of encouragement once I get my momentum, and he noticed that very quickly, but was kind of like that angel on my shoulder, was making sure like I continued. And so I did that for like 2 months, lost around, I think I lost 20 pounds. In total in those 2 months with him, which was really, really good. And then David moved and I didn't move with him. And then I kind of like got the bug. I started watching loads of like YouTube videos about kind of like fitness and exercise and like what it means to get fit and how to go to the gym by yourself, which is, it might sound silly to you guys, but being in the gym by yourself when you don't really know anything is very, very challenging. Also for me, it was because when I was in the gym with David, our only goal was movement, so it was a lot of cardio, and I desperately wanted to kind of like lift weights and start to really focus on specific like muscle groups and stuff like that. So we hadn't done any of that process, so for me I was going into it a bit blind, and I wanted to have confidence in what I was doing. So I did all my research, and I started going to the gym and I started lifting weights. That, I will say, is the biggest way of how I have managed to lose 27 kg, is literally by being consistent in the gym, and even not that like as consistent as people think. It's not like it hasn't been 4 days a week for me or anything like that. It's literally been, I started off really slow with 1 day a week, lifting weights, going from body weights to I currently now deadlift like I think it's 70 kg. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm currently doing this in my office, and my cleaner is there, like just cleaning as I make this video. It's actually so funny, but I'm going to keep making it anyway because I have to be accountable and post a video a day. And yeah, 1 day a week, I started off, and that was really hard. My technique was trash, absolutely trash, but that was okay, because I was in the gym, I was learning, I was messing around, and then I picked it up to 2 days a week. I'm currently at 3 days a week. I don't really do any more than that because I'm still a bit lazy and I'm tired and my job is a bit hard. I would like it to be like 4 or 5 days a week, but one day, baby steps. So I currently do a mixture of light cardio and heavy weight training. I do upper body 2 days a week, and then I do lower body 1 day a week, but with one of the upper bodies it's more of a core, so I focus on my core, I focus on my muscles, I focus on kind of like strengthening my body, and I always do a class. People think classes are easy, but they are really not. They are the most hardest thing in the world. They are crazy, and that's currently where I sit. I've started running. Running is hard. In the UK they have these things called park runs where you can go run with hundreds of other people. Like you can do 5k, which is like 3 miles, 4 miles, with kind of like people from all different levels and backgrounds of running, from kids to professionals to athletes to old people that just need exercise. And every Saturday across the UK these runs are happening in our major parks. I mean, it's free and it's really great, and it's just a great environment, and I've started doing stuff like that as well. Don't get me wrong, at current the biggest thing I am dealing with, and one of the main reasons why I started these videos, is the gym is hard, and I'm still very unconfident. I'm still very scared, I'm still very nervous, I'm still very overwhelmed, but I don't want to be, and I shouldn't have to be, and I've worked really hard to be where I am, and there's so much work I still need to do. And I think about all the things I felt over the last year or so, working really hard to lose weight and being consistent and trying to eat better and trying to live better. And it's just like, for anybody out there that wants to do this, I just want them to know that they can do it. I want them to know that they are not alone, and those fears that they have are not, it's not a fear that only you have at all. It is a fear that we've all faced, that we've all felt, that we will all constantly deal with, that fear of being judged, or being laughed at, being mocked. But I tell you, sir and lady, the fact that you have made a decision to change your life for the better, like David said to me, makes you a phenomenal person. It makes you formidable. And you would have seen my pictures throughout this video of where I kind of started to where I was to where I currently am. And it's no small thing. It's no small thing. We work so hard, but we work so hard for other people, and I really want to make these videos and be consistent even if no one watches them, because I want to do for myself. I am someone that will go above and beyond for anybody that needs me, but I rarely give time to myself, and I want to do one thing for myself, and this is it. I want to feel the best and look the best. So let me show you what I currently look like today. Okay, so this is me. I'm currently the slimmest I've been since I've been 18, which is insane. So this is 98 kg. All my clothes are starting to fit quite loosely. So in today's reflection, I really want to quickly touch on procrastination. Procrastination is probably one of the most agitating things you can do to yourself. I think as human beings, we have so many dreams, so many desires, so many goals, but they are rarely ever realized because as human beings, we can sometimes be very, very good at procrastinating. Have you ever just sat there and thought about all the things you wanted to achieve and all the ideas that you wanted to, put to paper and actually see come alive? And they're like intense. You've probably got like 10 million different things that you would like to achieve, and they're great ideas. But because you think you can't do it, because people tell you can't do it, because your circumstances at that time tell you can't do it, you don't do it, and you give up, and you just settle for a mundane life, and you live the life that other people tell you should be living instead of the life that your spirit is telling you should be living. And I think that's procrastination. Like procrastination trying to be an enemy of progress, but we've got to squash that. We have to kill that. And that's why I really believe in the one bit at a time, no matter how small, no matter how tiny, one bit at a time.